So first of all, I do not have any regard or respect for people who do not value their own hard work or the hard work of other people. If you watch a lot of financial news, you're gonna see how like almost everybody is pretty much predicting a recession that is gonna come. This is something that people have been predicting for God knows how long. The fact is, nobody really knows what's going to happen in the future. But to see somebody in 2025 blow $1 million on gambling. And this is not somebody who has a lot of money. This is not somebody who has a lot of the money that they ended up blowing. And as somebody who pay attention to a lot of financial news, I look out for ways to continue to build wealth, invest, save and invest, and just pretty much grow my portfolio, right? And then also something I like to do in my spare time is just to go and see how people just what other people do with their money. And then somehow I stumbled on Wall Street Bets, and damn it, a lot of the stories I see there is nothing short of crazy. Like people are doing way too much. Now, let's look at this particular story and you will see why I am so angry about what this guy did. Really, it's troubling. So first of all, Wall Street Bet is just full of people who make dumb money decisions. They gamble and all they hope is that they get lucky. And most of them, what I see a lot is people who are trading options. And it's not like they know what they're doing. They are just hoping to be lucky. And really, for me, that's no, right? So here is this guy who at some point had over $1 million, right? $1,070,875 in his account. And then he decides to use it and trade options. And at the end of everything, the money is all gone and he's down to like $3,124. So over $1 million blown, right? Which is which is really sad. And the funny thing about this is that at the beginning of the year, he had around $515,000 in this account. And then traded options, got lucky. And just with this little spike right here on the 4th of April, he gained another $551,000, taking his money to over a million. And then he didn't stop. He didn't stop there. And he just kept trading, held it, stayed in the market, and kept hoping that he would continue to get lucky. And at the end of it all, he's down to $3,000. So this is where this story really gets interesting. This is a Reddit user named Dazed Lover. And he went on for that to add homeless but not hopeless. Well, you're most likely going to get homeless and hopeless all at the same time, because if you continue this kind of habits, you're going to be a financial wreck for yourself and anybody around you. So here is the story. Hello, firstly, I already know what most of you are thinking. How could you do this? Trust me, I know. I am in an absolute low right now, and I pray that one day I can pull back. I managed to get a temporary extension for what is owed, but I lost everything because I got lucky with Liberation Day. I made a lot and had plans to start my life with my girlfriend. She doesn't know yet, but each day I don't tell her is killing me. I sold the house I grew up in, a burden I never wanted to deal with, and I explicitly said I don't want to worry about what is owed. I was naive enough to do my taxes on my own, which came around Liberation Day, and I genuinely did not expect to end the year like this. I made plans on paying my taxes several times and I let it slip by, and here I am. I wish a golden trade came my way and gave me a valuable life lesson and scare, but I made my grave and I hope my girlfriend will forgive me. I have ADHD and struggle with it daily. I chase the dopamine and panicked, fumbled hard. If anything, I wish to say, please don't do what I did. Do not chase the dream because you will be left with a nightmare. So something else to pay attention to is that this guy sold this house. He owes $179,000 to the IRS and also owes another 100K to creditors, right? But his grand gesture and advice to everybody is do not trade options if you have ADHD. First of all, this guy, your parents would be turning in their graves for living something to you and see you blow it in such a way is really will be really heartbreaking for them. Your parents or whoever left this property to you probably most likely worked all their life, saved hard, bought a house, paid it off, and left you this property, just something to have. And this is how you manage the resources that is available to you. And now this is what I think, right? First of all, if I know his girlfriend, or if this is somebody I know, first of all, I'm going to advise this lady to just move on, right? Because there is no way in hell I am going to trust somebody who behaves like this with my money, with my life, with anything, right? You start a family with somebody like this, and one day you're going to come home and he's sold everything that you guys own together from underneath you and gambled with it. This is an addiction, right? So, first thing, if I'm his girl, if I was the girl, or I know the girl in person, my first advice would be move on and stay the fuck away from this guy, right? And now you see how he tried to turn around and blame everything on ADHD, on being excited about for the dopamine rush. This is what you want. You got lucky, but still did not pick out your winnings, and you kept going until you crashed and lost everything, right? So this is the kind of things people do on Wall Street bets. People just go ahead and buy options, trade options, and most of the time with a lot of money. You will see people who trade from, say, 20,000. I've seen stories like this where people trade from having a very low amount. They get lucky time and time again, build the amount they have in their portfolio to a really significant high amount, and they just feel like they know what they're doing. The luck is always going to come around for them, and they end up losing everything and they regret it. So this has nothing to do with having ADHD. You were just stupid. And honestly, you are not fit to manage anything or the kind of resources that was handed down to you. And like I said, your parents will be turning in their graves to see how you ended up managing what they left to you. So this is what people do online. Don't try it. It is not safe. All you do is hope to be lucky. That is not a great investment strategy. That is not even a strategy at all that anybody should be looking to try out. This is really sad. But what do I know? It's not my money. It was his money. And then this is how he uses it. And what's going to happen is this guy is going to try and continue to chase, and in the hopes of getting what he has lost back. And then he's just going to keep losing more.